Never before have I seen a day so steeped in both shadow and light. The birds sing, the flowers bloom, yet this world knows neither true joy nor eternity. Come closer, righteous one. There's no need for hesitation. I am Fenrico, the primus of the Order of the Deep. Your deeds have reached my ears, and I have long wished to meet you. Alas, the burdens of this world delayed our meeting until now. I beg you, please accept my respect for you. You and your troop have shown great talent and ambition, breathing new life into Ragusa. I ask you to deliver this message to your companions. From this day forth, the troop shall have permanent rights to perform within the city. All mortals stumble, but through pilgrimage, they have cleansed their souls and atoned for their transgressions. They have earned their right to return to this divinely blessed land. I understand that questions weigh on your heart. In the presence of a just divinity, speak freely, and I will answer with all the honesty I possess. By the great Sentinel Imperator, I swear to you, there shall be no deceit in my words. You have walked a path similar to theirs. Indeed, you have the right to meet them. However, due to the dark tide 2 decades ago, the Sentinel's body was gravely wounded and remains in a state of recovery. If you wish to meet them, I will convey your request. I see the thirst for truth in your eyes. It is clear that doubts still linger in your heart. Please, voice your concerns. Fleur-de-Lis. She was the emissary of the Sentinel, and we are grateful for her contributions. 20 years ago, during the dark tide, she sacrificed herself to seal the calamity. She fulfilled her duties in this world and returned to the divine embrace. Do you know how the dark tide came into being? In Rinascita, wars were waged in the name of faith, tearing apart the Sentinel as our faith divided, weakening their divine power. The dark tide's true essence is the divine blood shed from the Sentinel's wounds. That tragic past left deep scars, and with their divine power drained, they could not prevent the dark tide's surge 20 years ago. The Blessed Maiden chose to martyr herself. She once again resonated with the Sentinel and, through her sacrifice, restored some of their divine power, bringing an end to the dark tide. Yet, the Sentinel remains in a state of healing and still requires a mortal representative. Following the Blessed Maiden's departure, I was granted new authority to cleanse the aftermath of the dark tide. I received the divinity's blessing and became the new enlightened one. By their will, I fulfill the tasks left unfinished in this world. Therefore, we must unify all beliefs, ensuring the purity and unity of our will to prevent another tragedy.
He said she once again resonated with the Sentinel. Was that really a second resonance awakening? Sentinel Jue had a trial with Jin Shi, but my permission was needed to transfer the Sentinel's power.
I swear, my words are without deceit. I see in your eyes that you have walked further on the path of justice than I anticipated. Oh, dear Sentinel, please forgive my transgressions. The dark tide brought us a blood-stained lesson. To keep our people from faltering, I bound myself to silence, locking away what I witnessed on that fateful day. Fleur-de-Lis, the unrighteous, deceived us all. She was not the blessed maiden chosen by the Sentinel. The true maiden has yet to reveal herself. You must know that a being capable of rivaling our divinity exists in this world. Humanity's eternal adversary, the evil of all civilizations, the Threnodian. As the Sentinel has their resonator, so does the Threnodian. Fleur-de-Lis was shaped, both body and spirit, by our ancient enemy. Her actions were intended to plunge this city into fear and chaos. This is the truth I witnessed. Fleur-de-Lis was the Threnodian's resonator. In the presence of the just divinity, feel free to express your doubts. I shall speak without reservation. I swear by the great Sentinel Imperator, there will be no deceit in my words. We must create a land that aligns with the Sentinel's vision. We must purge this land of individuals who stray from the righteous path to ensure that our collective will, however, we honor the deeds of Napoli II, the founding primus, and offer those who have strayed a chance. The pilgrim's sail follows Napoli's path. He too once endured this arduous journey. The trials are not mere sufferings, but steps toward redemption.
How can that be? That blessed maiden. Could she really be the Threnodian's resonator? What if the Primus... But we saw Cardathea fall... now my head hurts. Who was she really with? The Sentinel or the Threnodian? Well, probably won't get any more answers from him.
All the clues we've gathered so far point to the Threnodian. And the Phasalia family worships the Threnodian. We'll have to wait for Carlotta to... Something tells me this carnival is just the beginning. There's more ahead.
Frolova, you do have a knack for indulging in pointless little chores.
Why, there's no rule against an actor making good use of the intermission. Besides, I haven't disrupted your arrangement, have I? The one from a faraway land who discerns the truth dares to raise their sword against the divine. In response, the slumbering gods break free from their shackles, revealing their true forms. The possibility of the second resonance awakening is now a certainty, so we just need to see if that special resonator truly exists. Was the Blessed Maiden a resonator for the Sentinel or the Threnodian? Or both? If so, a resonator capable of wielding both powers. I am eager to see how this story ends. Cristoforo, if you don't want to spoil the next act, I might have to give your carefully crafted plot a little nudge. Speaking of which, that Rover shines brighter than anyone else in your play. Do you find her interesting as well?
Frolova, it seems we walk different paths. I don't share your fondness for that sort of puppet theatre. I merely place the characters on their stage and they act out their fates, driven by their own volition. To remain courageous amidst absurdity, to pursue a spark of divine grace, this, to me, is the truest essence of humanity. Don't you think? Even the most pristine cadence of death pales beside the untamed, fervent, and tenacious spirits of the living. In their journey, they resolutely overcome all obstacles. They pursue, they tear, they burn, simply because they desire to. I think you should leave your secluded mansion. Take a walk and listen to the voices scattered across the world.
Perhaps. From Huanglong to Rinasita, she has indeed added a few unexpectedly beautiful notes to my symphony.
I am certain that, even without any direction, she will walk the path that destiny has laid before her. All things ascend toward a singular point of convergence, and what awaits at the end is immortality. Before the tides of fate, we are all but humbles.
Make it fast.
The midnight chime has faded, yet the night endures. Restless hearts long for an understanding that should be ours. In the freest place of Raguna, I await your arrival. This should be the place Capello mentioned in his invitation.
With this invitation, I wish to personally thank you for all you have done for the Montelli family, and to amend the slight misstep in your reception. In the name of the Montellis, I shall honor my allies as I do my own kin and blood. In the freest place of Raguna, I await your arrival. Yours sincerely, Capello Montelli.
I knew it. Another invitation. That's kind of their signature, huh? But this wasn't... Oh, yeah. The big boss of the vault and all that jazz. Guess it won't hurt swinging by Carlotta's family. They do owe us a big one. I bet he's got something good planned. A pile of money. Maybe a mega feast. Ugh. I've been feeling pretty weird lately. My head's all wobbly. Okay, you've got this. If anything happens, just smash your way through. Anyway, I'll leave this to you then. Oh, but hey, if you ever need my help, just give me a shout, okay?
To locate me so precisely and deliver the invitation right into my hands. This Capello Montelli knows what he's doing.
Forgive me for not meeting you properly until now. Guest from the Black Shores, laureate of the Carnival, savior and friend of the Montellis. Your presence is an honor. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Capello Montelli, Carlotta's uncle, son of the Padrino, and the next head of the family.
Given Capello's stature, a private meeting at this hour? Is it really just about gratitude?
Without you, the traitors wouldn't have been captured, and I freed from their hands. While Carlotta has expressed our family's gratitude, I feel obliged to do it in person. But unfortunately, the traitors had little to offer, and the one behind them is still in the shadows. Unnerving, isn't it? I'll wait for her findings, then. Things aren't as bright for the Montellis as they may seem. The Order, Phassalias, and the Fraxidas, any attempt to break the status quo puts us at risk. The traitors we captured were a warning, but also a reminder to survive. I must seek alliances beyond the family. Especially with you, just as Carlotta did. Now that you mention it, let me be clear. Carlotta is dear to me, and nothing will change that. But she's from the lesser branch of the family. Tradition says I, the rightful heir, should manage dealings with the Black Shores, not her. Restoring order and benefiting the family as I intended, that's what I meant in the letter by amending a slight misstep. The leader of the Black Shores must have sent you here with a purpose. Tell me, and I will offer you support far beyond what Carlotta could provide. The choice is yours, of course. But as the family heir, I will not see my authority undermined, even by those I consider allies. So if you can't stand by my side, I prefer you stay out of the Montellis' affairs. Otherwise, believe me, you won't want to find yourself at odds with us, no matter how strong you are. You're welcome to remain an observer from the sidelines, but once you join the table, you play by the rules.
Well said. But the rules are not set in stone, are they? What matter of intrigue brought you and Rover together at this hour, Uncle? A
table. Are we speaking of a splendid card game, then?
Your timing is most unfortunate. Our little chat just finished.
Pity. I didn't think you'd pull her aside for a private word, especially after all Rover and I have been through together. But since you've finished, would you excuse us now?
Carlotta, you stay. I have more to discuss with you.
Meet me at the rendezvous. Beware the ice.
A gun is a powerful tool, but only in the hands of the worthy.
I understand, Uncle. I've never forgotten where my privileges come from, nor will I covet what's not mine. The Black Shores, the Carnival. My sole principle is whether they benefit the Montellis. I will execute any command that strengthens the family, and crush any threats to our standing.
Very well. Keep your words in mind.
Uncle, about Bennett, have you heard?
That family thief stealing from the vault. Why? Are you suggesting I failed my duties?
Not at all. I just happened to overhear someone talking about it in passing.
I'm more entangled in the Montelli family's schemes than I ever realized. When I went, Carlotta warned me about eyes, so she probably wants me to avoid unnecessary attention. I'm not sure why, but staying under the radar is never a bad idea. Carlotta's not here yet. Guess I'll have to wait.
Might I trouble you for a light, young lady? Oh, well, a cigar without smoke. My granddaughter told me Raguna's rain is a bad omen. Can't argue with that.
You've been looking at this painting for a while. Anything special about it?
Oh, did it capture your interest as well? Or are you simply passing the time until the rain ends? It's only the investor's nature in me. I find myself irresistibly drawn to items of unique value. The Montelli family prides themselves on their eclectic taste in art. Any style by any artist can find its home within their quarter. Art knows no boundaries of time, place, or the mind. Here we stand, united by the rain. They say in art, we glimpse pieces of our own soul. What do you make of this piece? Care to share your thoughts? You have keener eyes than I expected. Seeing essence beneath the surface. I share the same view, except that I'm somehow saddened by the part that forsakes its character to achieve balance. Perhaps chosen by the artist for its uniqueness. Now is not the time to cling to existing balance, but to embrace the unknown.
Glory in Decay. The Impressionist Pazzoli's latest piece. Didn't know you had such refined taste. I dodged those pesky eyes the whole way here, worried you'd been kept waiting too long. But it seems you've kept yourself entertained. So, the old gentleman was simply hiding from the rain, was he? I see. The Montelli Quarter does attract art enthusiasts. Anyway, I'm glad prying eyes didn't follow. When it rains in Ragusa, surprises are as common as puddles. A delay is only a small splash. Calling you here with little explanation and a word of caution, I can only imagine your confusion. The shark in our midst has finally made its move. Recently, several of our partners claimed to have found a superior cellar and ended their dealings with us. Meanwhile, Bennett, our vault keeper, was reported to have embezzled and sold vault assets. It's said that he tried to flee, but was killed by tacit discords outside the city. I'm not so sure. I've worked with Bennett before. He was principled, bold, but not reckless. Not one to easily betray. And the night he died, he sent a photo to my terminal. A blood-stained page of an anthology, marked with 3 phrases. Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. When 40 winters siege thy beauty, and the planet turns right, twice and a half. The meaning is yet to be revealed, but he is clearly conveying a message. All evidence points to Bennett being the key to uncovering the shark lurking in our waters. The Montelli family is a symbol of liberation for Ragusa. We uphold freedom and equality for all. Our vault is the heart of our family, and if it is corrupted, it threatens not only us, but risks plunging the city back into oppression and isolation. As much as I hate to suspect family members, I cannot rule any of them out. You, however, are different. As an outsider who has aided us in capturing the initial traitors, I hope to not be proven wrong, but I feel that I can trust you. My uncle's words were clear. Only those at the table can play the game. To engage with my family, one must have both standing and purpose. So, I offer you a new identity in our upcoming inquiry. Cat's Eye, a provisional member under my patronage. If you wish to join, you must undertake the final assessment and pledge your loyalty to the Montellis. When it comes to family matters, we like to use code names, each tied to a unique token. Mine, for example, is Opal. Opal recommended Cat's Eye. It has a ring to it, don't you think? Also, have you looked closely at your own eyes? They share the same luster as Cat's Eye gems. Now, Cat's Eye, will you stand with me to catch the traitor within our family and avert this looming threat?
I understand decorum is important to the Montellis, but among friends, can't we be a bit more informal?
What made you say that? Ah, you're curious who I am beyond my role, is that it? I just might entertain that thought. But for now, my agents just sent me the address of Bennett's residence. While his body has been found, what he left behind is still out there. It seems someone has acted faster. Those two, they're my uncle's agents, Sage and Acorn. Yes, we address each other by code names, handy identifiers in a crowd. I'll keep you updated on the family members' code names we encounter, along with any other details you might need. Seems like they are looking for something as well. It's only natural my uncle wishes to retrieve the lost items, but my presence might raise a few eyebrows. Yes, you try and loosen their lips. If memory serves, they are senior members, having served under my uncle for years. Regulars at margaritas. Talk business with merchants and wine with drinkers. Engage their interests, and their words will flow like a river. As for the rest,
Hey, that's you they're calling.
No, that's both of us. But I don't recognize this person.
Neither do I. Listen up.
Okay, you got the names right. Must be family. Who are you? Cat's Eye. Doesn't ring a bell. Probably one of those new recruits after the carnival.
So, what do you need? We are just about to wrap up and grab a bite at Margarita's. Still got a lot on our plate today.
Say, I've heard whispers of your skills. Seeing you here, it's clear you're on an important... I haven't faced a true challenge since I got here. Would you accept my help? I'm sure I'd learn...
Easy. We've just finished up, so nothing more to help with. But here's something I can tell you. Someone tried to steal from the vault recently. No, not yet. We've looked everywhere, but found nothing.
To be honest, I doubt we'll ever find them. The thief has probably sold everything off by now. We are short on manpower. That's a needle in a haystack, if you ask me. Well, our boss is the Padrino's son. He has his methods. Our job is to follow orders, not to ask questions. Just do what we're told and do it.
That's right. If you spot anything unusual, keep an eye on it. Could be your big break. With a bit more...
So, they found nothing, but assumed Uncle wasn't concerned. That makes no sense. Everything that happened recently ties back to the vault. If Uncle wished to protect his position, he'd be quick to retrieve the items and resolve the situation. Curiously, Bennett was last sighted in the vicinity of Liberty Square, where you met. Last night, I was investigating the area before I happened upon your private meeting. But when I brought this up with him afterwards, he didn't seem privy to any detail. As for my search of Bennett's home, nothing of note turned up. Just as the two agents, I found no spoils, not even the faintest trace of them being stored or moved. Everything about his living space fits the profile. I also asked around about Bennett after our previous collaboration. He was ambitious, but never greedy. I was even told he refused a bribe. The Montelli family is ever generous with wealth and opportunities, welcoming all who aspire to make their mark in Ragusa. Mere profit would never make him betray us. For now, more evidence is required. The entire matter might need to be approached from a different... Shh! Hold still. See that man over there, the one that looks like a grey dove? After him, quick! Nowhere to run. Now it's time for a proper chat.
These old creepy bones of mine. Did I offend you? Or are you just chasing down every passing soul? Never thought the Montellis would grow so aggressive.
He had no choice but to run. To escape his past and sever any ties with the Montellis, right?
I must admit, you have an annoyingly good memory. It's remarkable that someone of your rank would remember a man such as myself.
I will never forget that stormy night. Nor any of the members who were caught in it.
Sadly, I've no desire to be remembered. To me, Montelli is only a name of the past. There were moments of joy, but they cannot make up for my loss. Now, I only feel tired.
Why go back to what you claim to have left in the past? Unless there is something you can't ignore.
You were standing across from Bennett's doorway, and your clothes are still damp from the rain. You weren't simply passing by, You were watching. What were you looking for? Or, should I ask?
To grieve for my last friend in the family? To blame him for being so reckless and greedy? Or to figure out how this fool ended up in such a mess? Hoping to find the lost items and settle his debts, so he may rest in peace. I tried to persuade him to leave with me, but failed. In Raguna's game, the Montelli family has only two options. We either play to win, or are forced to leave with nothing. Every Montelli has a chance at their desires. But what's the price? They stake everything they hold dear. Family, love, faith, principles, and even their life. Now, his ambition and greed have cost him everything.
Most people find acceptance easier than change, as change demands the bravery to face uncertainty. No great endeavor is without its perils. So yes, if the Montellis are to drive the change and push past current barriers, the path ahead will be anything but easy. The family exists to withstand what an individual cannot, and accomplish what might otherwise be unattainable. But within the family, each Montelli still enjoys the freedom of choice. Your leaving is a testament to this. If you're willing, there is still much to be done for Bennett. His terminal, the alleged stolen goods, everything but his body remains missing. Given your familiarity, you might help us in locating these items.
In that case, you might want to speak to Scarlet Velvet. The leader of a network of commoners seeking freedom in Raguna. They had close ties with Bennett. If he was really stealing, I'd wager they were complicit. And that said, with their recent fallout with the family...
We have little choice but to try. Now, let's go. We're off to the most reliable source of information in Raguna.
Make it fast.
This is the place. In Raguna's market, they say fortune seldom favors those who lack a taste for fine drinks. Among traders, there's a secret code in the way drinks are mixed. A base of bitter almond and mint, for instance, usually signals danger and death. But some have devised their own, more private codes. Yes. This area, with the ongoing feud between Scarlet Velvet and the Montellis, finding her will be difficult. But so all that remains is to order the right drink, watch the crowd, and let their reactions lead us to Scarlet Velvet's contact.
Greetings. What will it be today?
A Scarlet Velvet ribbon, please.
Scarlet Velvet. An uncommon choice. Perhaps the one you seek is waiting just as patiently. May you both find what you've come for.
Kirsch, whiskey, and cherry tomatoes. Does it mean blood orange gin? That drink you have there is quite rare. Would you mind telling me what it means? Ah, a riddle cloaked in mystery. You don't want to share, huh? Oh, sorry. I am just simply enthralled by symbols and codes. I've been exploring how drinks might encode numerical values. Through alcohol content or vintage, perhaps?
The key to any language lies in the shared rules and agreements between both parties. With that in mind, the same drink or even the same object can be given countless meanings. Much like how my people and I sometimes improvise codes with whatever's available. Sounds like you've been at this code research for quite some time. Mind if I ask you a question? Do you know when the bartender started his shift today?
Let me see. I got here quite early, and he was here about the same time. Probably around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Oh, there you are. I noticed you as soon as you walked in. Don't get me wrong, I've only been here long enough to recognise that. That swagger and flair. I know I'm not the one you came for, but how about you let me prove how reliable I can be for you? If you're talking about Bennett Montelli, he's right at the heart of the family's latest drama. But one of his greatest moments was recovering a lost shipment with the
Impressive. You've proved yourself capable. 3 days from now, at this hour, return here and order a golden ears number.
Anything else I can get you? Or is there a problem with the drinks?
As expected from a Scarlet Velvet informant, you mix every drink and pass every code. So this Scarlet Velvet ribbon is meant for you.
Well, well. It finds its way back to me at last. Contact has been made, and by the rules, a conversation should follow. But Scarlet Velvet has decided there will be no further dealings with the Montellis. The partnership is broken, and whatever bond you had is all but gone.
It's rumored that Scarlet Velvet's decision to end our partnership has something to do with the
Surely you don't believe that nonsense.
Then what is the truth? Bennett was recently found dead in the wild.
Wait, Bennett is dead? That complicates things, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if trusting Montelli is a wise choice, but in memory of Bennett, go to Whisperwind Haven after dusk. I will inform Scarlet Velvet.
Terminals are divine artifacts from the Sentinel. Brought what you possessed were nothing but privately made replicas.
We never stopped asking the Order for permission to wear the terminals, but every single request is denied. You've controlled the terminal supply, and the family stopped trading with us.
I can sense your fervent desire for the artifacts, and if you willingly part with your wealth in devotion to the Order's divine cause, but should you persist in your defiance, we'll have to escort you to the penitentiary.
The Order and the commoners. It must be Scarlet Velvet causing the stir. The Order's arrogance is known, but such blatant actions. Let's first address their troubles, and then we'll have a proper talk.
feathers, incinerate. My blade yearns.
Quickly and swiftly.
Still recognize me?
Ah, the Montelli's second daughter, and this year's laureate. Must I remind you again? Trading reserved terminals.
We paid good money for these. If you're taking them, you owe us a refund.
Yet the very traders who took your money have seen the error of their ways. How sad, Miss Carlotta. Such loyalty to your...
Oh, please. My ties with the family are not so fragile as to be shaken. The fact that we're having this conversation at all means that you cannot ignore my... The Sentinel and the Primus have declared free trade as our undeniable right. You preach the doctrine, yet fail to adhere to it yourself.
Mark my words. The day Montelli is brought to its knees by the Order and when that day comes, all shall be under the Order's control. And it will...
Ernesto, the bartender, said you needed to see me. You may have just offended us, but you heard it. Your family has left us in a mess. But since Ernesto said it's about Bennett, I'll give you a minute. For his. Regardless of the bigger picture, your side ended the deal. We were informed at short notice to stop all trade. And it's not just the terminals. No more jewelry, perfumes, and all that nonsense. You saw, not to mention, I haven't seen him on telly for nearly 2 weeks. Where were you when we were fighting against the Order and the Thessalias?
There was a slight issue of a traitor in the vault. So our hands were tied. A direct approach works best at times. Actually, what that acolyte claimed is news to me. The Montelli creed has always been family first, and a pioneering spirit second.
With your grandfather, maybe. But he won't be around forever. The real question is whether we can get our trade back on track. Can your family still be trusted? One thing's for sure. I don't want to see the family who first broke the monopoly to trade with us commoners and...
I'll speak with my uncle and grandfather to see what happened with our cooperation.
You know what? This is supposed to be your family's business. So, Ernesto told me Bennett's gone. Good judgment there. The rumours are nonsense. Nothing shady, okay? For him, it was always business first, friendship second. Come to think of it, he did stay there for a while the last time we saw him. Asked us...
Seems Bennett may have anticipated the trouble ahead. I wonder if you might show us to the shelter. We'd be most grateful.
There's an entrance along the coast. Go straight down the road and you'll see it. Make it fast. Make it fast.
Watch out.
Take 4. Make it fast. Make it fast. Beckon the divine flame.
You can tell someone was here. Look at the mess. We'll each use our senses to search. Something is strange here.
These items aren't exactly rare, but they're not everyday objects either.
Indeed. But what I find strange is... Do you recall those 3 lines from the anthology? The one, "Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest." Like the secret code in drinks, what matters is never the object themselves, now the book. It appears to be about winter, which... The last one is a rotor device. MLCL 190468. Of course it is. Bennett was a vault keeper. But what was he trying to convey in such a cryptic manner? 4 letters. The highest clearance level in the vault. Hold on.
Carlotta? Yeah. You asked me to keep an eye out for Bennett's terminal. Well, I found it. Yeah, that's for me to know and you to wonder. But it was not in good shape after what it went through. Yeah.
Understood. I'll have someone pick it up for restoration.
Wait, what now? What, you're not even gonna check? Oh, no, it's nothing really.
All right. We'll inform you when there's more to share. We're returning to the Montelli quarter first. The terminal will be fixed there. You might not know this, but Bennett was never granted the highest clearance in the vault.
Isn't that a good sign?
But it's replaced by another suspicion. One I am reluctant to entertain, but only grandfather, uncle, and I have the highest clearance. Liberty Square, our proximity, the vault's security clearance. There's someone all evidence points to. But if it was truly him, the heir to our family, who betrayed us, now all that remains is to see what the code reveals.
I'll be with you, no matter what.
My people just reported some initial progress on the terminal repair. Let's go. Our meet-up spot is right ahead.
Lady Carlotta, we received a terminal addressed to you, signed DC. The initial restoration is almost complete, but some data is overwritten or isolated due to the extensive damage. Our evaluation suggests that a full restoration might not be worth it.
Good. Make sure to contact him. Now please project the restored sections.
Absolutely. One moment.
Yes, that's where I was investigating that night. Seems like the intel was right. Bennett did. And the other location, I think it's my uncle's private dock. Reviewing the records hardly proves the connection between these. If time permits, we should take the terminal to Mr. Pierre. There may be other useful information in the terminal. But first, let's put that code to use. Follow me. This is why I suggested we return here. The complete inventory and access records can only be found here. Please, follow me. Someone extracted the core data module. This must be what Bennett was trying to tell us before he died. In Renacita, the Order maintains control over terminals, and our lantern-type terminal is a modified model. It may look purely ornamental, but it houses the tech modules we've developed. As Scarlet Velvet said, aside from our art dealings, we've been supplying these terminals to resonators at fair prices as part of our discreet business. By doing so, we've broken the Order's monopoly. The Order is aware of our discreet business, but they turn a blind eye as long as we don't openly challenge their authority. As a result, no family member would ever divulge our terminal secrets, much less allow the modules to fall into the wrong hands. No. We must find the core module.
Carlotta, where are you?
Uncle, may I ask you something first?
Does it matter? All you need to know is that it's handled.
Were you mistreated? Did they coerce you into doing something against your will?
Heed my words. Whatever you've uncovered, put it behind you and all will be as it was. Now, we've had some trouble with the shipment over at Septimont.
I refuse.
Excuse me?
I said, I refuse. I can't act as if nothing happened.
Don't trouble yourself with the modules. Yes, our family's ambition has led us far.
I can't believe you just said that. So, you're refusing to tell the truth and reveal the module's location, is that it?
Why do you insist on tearing everything apart?
Then so be it. Your course is set, as is mine. But mark my words, I will stop you, Mr. Capello. I'm sorry you have to see this side of our family. Really? I just wished... No. I did promise I'd try to drop the pretense with you. I may need more time to come to terms with all of this. I don't regret uncovering the truth and exposing the traitor. We were meant to be the guardians of our family's ideals. Well, wallowing in emotion won't solve anything. Our priority now is to recover the data module. The core module is difficult to carry around. They must have hidden it. We need to adjust our strategy. My conversation with Capello will have alerted him. Indeed, but time is not on our side. If Capello acts on this, I might lose my window to secure the module. I need you to take this terminal to Pierre at the bank. I know that securing the module alone won't suffice. I must uncover Capello's true motives. They call it a dock, but no ships ever come. Nothing so far. Was I wrong? Or am I too late? And the energy fluctuation. Such a big mirror. Why is it here? Doesn't seem to be made of common glass, but some kind of crystallized energy. Will I find the data module on the other side? Or was all this just a trap?
Hello again. You don't seem very surprised to learn who I am.
Carlotta told me Mr. Pierre always follows her grandfather around. It also explains why you seemed familiar when we first met.
What's the term for it? A destined encounter? That's it. I doubt you want more chit-chat. Let Pierre inspect it for you, and we can resume our conversation. Remember that painting we discussed earlier? In a fragile equilibrium, the smaller piece is forced to repress its true nature. But I can't simply impose my path upon her, as for those who betray their own blood. However, before I intervene, I want to see her plan take shape. The old give way to the new. It's the way of the world. But for us Montellis, the courage to break from the past matters. So I ask you this favor.
It's a little tricky, but you're lucky to have my expertise. This terminal is defunct, but I've retrieved all its data, even the The terminal has been tampered with, but nothing was intentionally erased. I can show you. Do you have a terminal? I'll say.
I assume you've taken care of Bennett's body.
We dumped him in the tacit discord zone overnight. Sir, are you sure? Are we really going to work with the Order?
We're in too deep now. Handing over the data module to the Order will cement our position as an ally of the Authority. And Bennett, I would have taken care of him regardless. He knew too much.
Yes.
We all stood together on that stormy night. The best way to avoid sacrifice isn't fighting. You may have left the family, and I should expect no more favors from you.
What's in it? Carlotta?
Nothing. Save for the standard location tracking data every term. In 3 days, I'll be negotiating on behalf of the family with the Order. Think about Bennett.
Unbelievable. What is Capello even thinking? My terminal? I'll record it, then overwrite with new data. I have to...
A trap? Wait, sir. Wouldn't Lady Carlotta be in danger?
She's already there, so why bother?
What is that?
The family will shield you.
These flashbacks. Could it be from touching that mirror? Energy crystals made into a mirror with pre-made sonoro inside. As these masterless echoes have turned hostile, the frequency fluctuations in the sonoro seem unstable. I'll have to handle them before I can search the area. Running won't save me. Stand down. Still recognize me? Victory favors me. In the name of the Montellis. Found your weak spot. Still recognize me? Now there's nothing else in my way. All these obstacles suggest the answer is likely there. I must investigate that mansion. The way out and clues I need may lie within its walls. Glory demands more. Still recognize me? Start small to build big. Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Gently does it? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? This craftsmanship. A wise investment. Can you keep up? This layout and decor seems strikingly similar to our mansion, just with slight differences. This area, these decorations, the chandelier specifically, were destroyed during the invasion 5 years ago. Am I truly in the past, or trapped in some kind of simulation? Can you keep up? Can you keep up?
If you're telling me he's adopting that orphan girl from the other side of the family, actually, I imagine the whole family's caught wind of it by now.
Tell me, how on earth do you stay in the loop, tinkering away?
Orphan girl from the other side of the family. A mere touch of the mirror was enough to instantly draw out my memories.
Huh. You look a little familiar.
You shouldn't know me yet.
I don't understand.
Sorry. Please don't mind what I just said.
Actually, I think he meant to say...
Yeah, I'm just surprised you're back so soon. Your outfit. No, it's more the accessories, really.
No accessories. I suppose she's the friend who invited me here.
Perhaps she's just out for a stroll.
Yes, now I remember. On the other hand, once the lights are turned on... Thank you. I think I know where I'm going now.
You're welcome, I suppose.
I doubt it means much to say this to you.
Fancy a wager? I bet 2 dinners.
All right, time to check the lobby.
Come over, my child.
Sir, are you talking to me?
Yes. Fret not, Carlotta. Come up to the... Today is a special day. The beginning of your journey. As my granddaughter, you will now carry the Montelli name.
I knew it. She shares our bloodline.
She is a true Montelli, just like the Padrino.
Puny little thing. Such a nervous look to her.
Isn't she from the lesser side of the family? My thoughts exactly. I found...
It was you. Recognition. Praise. Good. Stay here, and you'll have all of that. sunlight. Am I in the court? Have I left that scenario already? Now the question is, what moment from my past does this represent? No, these decorations, they aren't real, even if they... How do I leave this place? Leave? But didn't you just follow me here? Cut the nonsense. You were the one who brought me into this scenario. Ugh, fine. But why should I tell you? True, I brought you here. But remember, I am a product of your own making. From this moment on, I am also Carlotta Montelli. Don't pretend we're alike in any way. Oh, right. How could I forget? A poor little girl from the forgotten side of the family. You're a star in the ballroom. A top investor at the auction house. I thought you'd be thrilled with what I'm offering you. Acceptance, validation, indispensable. Oh, planning to shoot me again? Don't bother. This scenario is born from your consciousness. And it's also my domain. Since the frequencies here can be shattered, they can also be brought together again. Don't be so quick to deny it. If you truly never craved acceptance and recognition. Since praise and affirmation aren't enough for you, I'll give you a Still recognize me? I found your weak spot. Can you keep up? Nice work. But this is only the beginning. You must be dying to know which part of the past this is. Would you like a little hint? Blood debts will catch up with those who have to pay. Ah, now you remember.
Help! Damn it! This is a trap!
Did you hear that? Quickly and swiftly. Stand down. Running won't save me. The world is mine.
3 key areas have been hit one after another. Some intel says the Physaelians are gearing up for another hit on our headquarters. They ambushed Father first before we did anything.
We're running out of time.
No, we shouldn't do that.
No, we're not doing that.
Why? They're tough, but we're no pushovers either.
When Padrino eventually wakes.
But we still risk exposing the location of our headquarters.
What about you, Carlotta?
Once again, this deviates from my past experience. We'll hit their base. Our people on the east end, the south second block and the dock, will stay. Then we'll send our main forces to where the Physaelians keep their echoes. As they know what we value most, we need to demand something of equal...
Is this really going to work?
We can't afford to lose our people. I'll cover the rear. Can you keep up? Quickly and swiftly. Still recognize me? Victory favors me. A new era awaits. Take this! Quickly and swiftly. Still recognize me? Is that it? Running won't save me. Can you keep up? Glory demands more. In the name of the Montellis. Look at you with your brilliant plan. And of course, you didn't just come up with it because you knew what happened. How does it feel to finally have your dismissed plan valid? Back then, no one bothered to ask for your input. Did the family ended up making the worst possible choice?
No. Cynthia. Oh, you're the only family I have left. How much more do we have to lose?
In the end, your dear grandfather had to step in and fix the mess you all made, with that blood debt haunting you. And Capello. Did he think of seeking the Order's protection after that? Come to think of it, what's so wrong with that? By doing so, the family's interests can be preserved. You were never meant to make decisions for the family. No matter what you say, I must stop him. Why? Didn't I just show you a better future than what you face now? Merely an illusion of your making. The past is set in stone. Yes, the cold rain from that night still haunts us. I might not be in charge, but my principles are clear. I must leave here and stop Capello. Whatever the consequence. You're unshakable, aren't you? So you've made up your mind already. Our negotiations have reached a dead end. Then I'll need to try something else to make you stay. Can you keep up?
Left! You should have gone left! Wait! Or maybe not. Think it over. I told you before.
Wrong again. Do you really think you can choose the right path? Stay. Let's get lost in this maze together. From one winter.
Do you truly think you are worthy of the Montelli name?
Just give up. What an embarrassing sight. What is so painful to watch? You might have another chance up ahead.
Yes, that's right. Keep moving forward. You're getting close. You have to press ahead. Don't doubt yourself.
Don't you see? This is what happens when you choose the wrong path and back the wrong horse. The cost will be far greater than you thought. Why do you always end up...
No, not this way, Piccolino. You should try another way. Choose wisely. You still have a chance.
Can you keep up? Can you keep up?
I was worried you might be in danger. Also, I'm here to deliver this. The gun was always there. You earned the right to use it the moment you chose to act on your own accord. Looks like you've made up your mind.
The Padrino's gun never leaves his side. If he places it within your reach, it can only mean one thing. You've been entrusted with the authority to act in the name of Montelli. Now, whether it fires and where it aims, the choice is mine alone. Can you keep up? I am merely a blade made for killing. Am I?
Why won't you obey my orders?
I'm getting old. If we can make other people pay the
Why can't you just give in to me and stay here?
Swift and resolute. Wonderful sound. The hour is upon us.
Still recognize me? Take this! The world is mine! A new era awaits. Still recognize me? How did you let go of confusion and doubt so easily? You and I. What makes us so different? Brother, care for a story? A story about why a certain girl was adopted. Prayer alone offers no salvation. In the face of survival, creed becomes meaningless.
How dare she eat the tribute? Nanny always said that food is for tribute. It's not for eating.
You're a bad girl. I'm telling Nanny.
Who would have thought? She's a Montelli after all. The hall is in chaos. Yet she clings to her weapon. What a monster!
This suits a Montelli well. Repurposing decoration into a weapon, defying indoctrination to chart the course forward. Her blood runs with the same fierce will as ours. Come with me. The family will shield you and open your eyes to a new world. You will rise to become a true Montelli.
I see. So Duncan was in the dark about the real cause of Bennett's death. Duncan gave us a rigged terminal to cover Bennett's debt, clearing his name. Capello couldn't have tampered with the terminal data himself, or he would have found the information hidden beneath the overwrites. I can empathize with Duncan, even to some extent Capello. They're driven by a desire for safety and stability. Tempting future, even for me. We will never achieve that by surrendering ourselves to the Order. From the very beginning, our paths diverged. Grandfather and the others have already paved the way. I will follow their lead and chart a course towards a brighter tomorrow. Wealth and power will safeguard our freedom. The Montelli family is set to break the Order's suffocating hold and lead Raguna towards a wider horizon. The family exists to accomplish what one cannot. And with, like I said, we seize control. An all-out war with the Order isn't a wise move. Rather than blindly tailing Capello in search of a hidden data module, Scarlet Velvet mentioned they need a formal reply. Care to help me give them an unforgettable response in 2 days?
Make it fast.
Can you hear me? Just checking your location. Have you reached the spot, my clever perfect? Remember to be stealthy. The venue only has one entrance.
Oh, the upstairs parlour is off limits. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, yes, they did tell me about. What was that? You do have a point, but it's a special day. I need to come.
Hey, Tulip! Why are you still standing there? Come here. Boss just asked for you.
Ah, a tulip coin. No wonder you arrived early.
Yeah. We can talk after getting the job done. Now hurry up.